If happiness is our default state, as you think it is, as I think it is, why are so many people unhappy?
Basically, we choose to, sadly. I don't know how to say it any other way. We choose to live a life that leads us in different directions, and we're very capable creatures. If I told you that your task today was to make 1,000 coffees, you're going to find a way to make as many of them as you can. If I told you your task today is to spend time with your kids, you're going to find a way to make that happen. And I think our modern world has started, I believe there is no scientific proof of that, but I believe post-World War II and the Great Depression, our great-grandparents started to feel that the most important thing to achieve in life is an insurance policy, to make sure that they're okay so that they never suffer again, that their kids are okay, their grandkids are okay, and so on. And so we had a message cascading down over generations that basically told you the day you were born that you were supposed to go through life working really hard, making money, trying to be successful, trying to be safe, interestingly. And then when you're done with all of that and you've achieved all that we want you to achieve, you're going to be then happy, right? Yeah, I mean, have you really investigated this assumption? The assumption of, yes, if you work really hard, you're going to make a lot of money or be successful. That's true. But when you're successful, will that make you happy? I think people missed on the fact that there are so many of us who are rich and famous and swimming in money and being chased by paparazzis and clinically depressed. The truth is, hard work leads to success, but success does not always lead to happiness. We prioritized wrong and we got what we prioritized for.
Many people, I think, get to a point in their life where they do feel deceived. Man, I've done what I was told to do. I've got the job. I've got the mortgage. I've got the car or whatever it might be, yet there's something missing. I mean, you're right. This is a recurring theme. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 weeks ago, Johnny Wilkerson was sitting in your chair. Yeah. And, like you, he had his crisis very early in life. At the age of 24, he'd got all of his dreams. He was playing for England, and he scored the winning goal in the World Cup final to give England the World Cup.
You don't do better than that.
You don't do better than that. Yet, in that moment, he felt empty. The following morning, he can't get out of bed. He feels depressed. He feels anxious. He struggles with anxiety and just lowness and indifference on the back of achieving what you would think any child in the country would say, God, if I could do that, I'd be happy. This is a common theme, Mo, right? So why is it, do you think, that many people, yourself, Johnny Wilkinson, myself on many levels, have to go through that process of reaching our dreams before we realize that our dreams haven't made us happy?
Well, to start with, dreams will never make you happy, right? Happiness is the absence of unhappiness. You're born happy. We both agree that. We chatted about that all the time. Huh? You look at any child when they're, safe and fed and loved and, there's nothing wrong with their life and they're happy. Right? A nappy gets wet, they feel discomfort, they become unhappy, they cry, you change the nappy, they go back to happiness, right? This is the reality of humanity is, happiness, by the way, not defined as going to a party and jumping up and down. That's excitement or elation or pleasure or fun. These are different emotions. Happiness is that calm, peaceful contentment. I'm okay with my life, okay? I'm happy, I'm peaceful with this. I want this moment to last. Right? So that definition of happy is within you. You can only spoil it. It's the opposite way. You can only add to it crap. You can cover it with piles of stones and piles of loads and burdens right? And the more you cover it, the more you cannot access it anymore. It's the opposite that needs to happen. Huh? You don't need to achieve anything to be happy. You just need to stop being unhappy. Right? Now, to get to where I got in life, to get to, where anyone successful gets in life, you make sacrifices. So to become chief business officer of Google X, You travel. I traveled during my professional career 4 of every 5 weeks. Now, yeah, there is joy in traveling 4 of every 5 weeks at the surface, that's worldly lifestyle. In reality, I had a friend of mine, a mathematician like myself, that came to me at a point in my life and said, in a very geeky way, he said, I just was doing the math and I think you spend 62% of your life alone, right? And he was right, Rangan. He was right. If you counted the number of nights I spent in hotels, the number of hours I spent on 16-hour flights, the number of hours I spent in meetings where my relationship with the world was through a presentation and a spreadsheet, what a waste of heartbeats. What a waste of heartbeats, right? And the truth is, interestingly, and I urge people to do that exercise, look at your memories. Look at your memories. Your memories are the register of the moments you actually lived. Look at them and find which of them didn't have a human connection in it. Find which of them didn't have love. Find which of them didn't have awe and a new experience. Most of do you have any memory of a slide deck that you observed when you were 23? You don't, those things are not moments we live. Okay, yeah. I don't know if you're a fan of Pink Floyd like I am, but right, and who isn't? Good man.
And if they're not, they probably just haven't heard enough.
yeah, they need to listen to Pink Floyd. But you remember the song called Time, huh?
Yeah.
And in Time, Pink Floyd will say, and then one day you find, then 10 years have gone behind you. No one told you when to run. You missed the starting gun, right? And I that really stopped me to think, because that it's now almost mid-2022, and in your mind that it doesn't feel like 5 or 6 months. You know why? Because you didn't live 5 or 6 months. You lived in the real world, in those real moments, maybe a month, right? If you're very good at it. The rest you are living inside your head, thinking about the past, thinking about the future, chasing for some money, dreaming of a car that you don't need, or a taller girlfriend that you think is going to make you happy. And then suddenly, all of those moments, all of those heartbeats you wasted don't register. You haven't lived. Only the ones that you lived. And if you really take stock of them, they're beautiful moments that are really, really simple.